Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, I think I'm probably about a minute late, but I want to give everybody time to get on here. I want to welcome you here today. And if you're watching me on either Facebook or on YouTube, be sure that you share my video and like it. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button. And there's also a little bell there you can click on, and you'll be notified when I go live. So I'd appreciate that. And let me just give a moment for everybody to get here. I'm sorry I wasn't here last Monday. Had a doctor appointment I had to keep, so I had to go to that. And I didn't get another live done up during the week. So I apologize for that. So hopefully I can make up for it today. And I hope you enjoyed the cards that we're making. All right, let me go ahead and turn you down to my desktop and we'll go ahead and get started. Click my settings here, get it going. All right, there we are. Okay, let me introduce myself if you don't know who I am. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And the name of my page is Creating Cards with Debbie, and you can catch me on either Facebook or else on YouTube. And if you want to shop any products that I'm showing today, I'm going to put that at the bottom of the page so you can see that. And it's also scrolling the postcode for January, which we only got a few days left of January already. Where does the time go? All right, so you can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, you want to use the January host code, which is also scrolling across the bottom there. And it is K2F3JFS4. And if you need to reach me by email or anything, you can reach me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And I'll put that up there for you. It's right there. It's my email address. Let me catch my breath here. I've been on the go all morning, and we've got a bright, sunshiny day here in Arkansas. I'm not sure if I introduced myself and said that I was in Arkansas or not. That's where we are. All right. So let's get on with our other news here, and then we can get on to our projects. Okay, I want to tell you about Paper Pumpkin. The Paper Pumpkin kit for February is called Hello Spring. And what that includes is, it says, plant the seeds of happiness with these lovely garden-inspired cards. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, pre-cut pieces with bronze foil, unique spring-themed envelopes, and the Stampin' Spot that comes with this one is going to be the Petunia Pop. And it coordinates with the Grow with Love bundle, which is number 164804. I don't believe I have that one. Must be one that I didn't get for some reason. Okay. Like I said, say hello when you come on. Introduce yourself and say where you're from. It's kind of fun to see where everybody is. Okay, so along with January, February, and March Paper Pumpkin kits, they've got the add-on dies that you can purchase if you're a subscriber. And January is the heart one. It cuts out the outside and then the inside separately. And for February, it's going to be, I think it's like a little leaf or something. And then March will be the bee, honeycomb, and the bee. So if you want to add those onto your order, it is number 166237, and those are $12. And I know I bought them, but I can't find mine. I don't know where I put them. I've mispriced them. Otherwise, I'd show you the original dies. Okay, so that's a little bit about Paper Pumpkin, and Let me bring up the banner and you can sign up for that if you'd like. And it's also in the description. I've got it back down in my descriptions too. So if you miss it on screen. All right. And right now we've got our mini catalog going on. And this runs from January to April of 2025. And we've also got our celebration catalog that goes right along with that, but that only runs until February 28th. And what that is got different levels. You've got level 1 where you can pick out a free item for $60 with every $60 order that you place. You can pick out one item free. And then it's also got a level 2, which is back here. Yes, our level 2 you can pick out with a $120 order. The heart-shaped bundle, you get the dies and the stamp set. And I think there's one other one in here too. Yes, there's a corner and bloom stamp set that you can get with your $120 order. Or you can get two $60 freebies, so whichever you prefer. And I want to tell you about the Stampin' Up's offering right now with the starter kit. And you can get, let's see, let me get my numbers here. It's $99 for the starter kit. That's free shipping, and you get everything that you'll need to get started if you want to run a business. But if you don't want to run a business with it and just do it to get your discount, you don't need to do that. So what it is you pay $99 for your starter kit, and originally it was $125 worth of products that you picked out, but they've upped it for the celebration time. It's going to be you'll be getting $216 worth of products if you choose option 1. And it says your choice of 2 marker sets from our Stampin' Right marker assortments. That's could be from the brights, the neutrals, regals, or subtles. Plus, you get a beautiful stamp set exclusively designed to work with them. And it's called Handmade Designs. I'm not sure if you can see it that well, but if you have your book, you can see it. It's on page 16. So that would be $216 worth of products for only $99. You can't go wrong on that. And it also includes free shipping. But if you don't want the option 1, where you get the free markers and the free stamp set, you can pick option 2, which you can add on an additional $30 in products to that $125 worth. So you'll be getting $155 worth of products. So really the better deal is the option 1, I would say, but that's all up to you. If you don't want that, you can choose the option 2 with $30 extra. So if you got any questions on that, reach out to me, and let me put that website up on the screen so you can jot that down. And Stampin' Up is a wonderful company. I think I'm celebrating my 3rd year or my 4th year? I'm not sure. So I've been with it for a while. All right. And today's project is going to come out of our mini catalog. And it is on page, oops, I got a wrong marker. I had 2 places marked in my book, I guess, that I didn't realize. We're doing the One More Year stamp set. It's a cute little dog. It's got the dog. It's got a birthday cake, wine and cheese. And I'm not sure what this stamp set's used for. I haven't really seen anybody use it. Well, I guess they're using it underneath here. I didn't see that. Okay. So it is being used. Maybe I'll add that today. All right. So set things aside. Let me bring my comments back up here so I can see what you're all saying to me. And I'm glad that you're here today. I've been thinking about doing a Monday and a Saturday. My husband said, maybe you should try doing a Saturday afternoon. So maybe I'll do that this weekend. Okay, so we're using the One More Year stamp set. And let's get our cards out here and get started. I want to apologize. The paper that I'm using for this card is in the Timeless Plaid, the 6x6 designer series paper, but it is on back order right now until the week of February 10th. But I'm going to go ahead and use it today. I don't like to use retired products or things that aren't available that you can't buy, but February 10th isn't that far off, so a couple weeks. So I hope everybody doesn't mind that they're not going to be able to get the paper right at this moment. And there are other patterns that you could use instead of this. I thought about changing it, but I didn't do it yet. It is called, let me get this out of there so we don't get a glare. This comes out of the scrapbooking brochure that is online and in my store. You can look for the scrapbooking area. But we've got some gingham here. I thought about changing it out, but I think I'm just going to keep with what I've got. But if you wanted to make the card, you could get this paper. You get 3 designs. So they're double-sided. And I didn't put the cost down here. But it's this number is 166632. And that's 12 by 12 paper, double-sided. So you could substitute that instead of the plaid. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the plaid one today, as long as I've got it done. All right, so here's our card. It's a birthday card. And it says happy birthday on the outside with a cake. And then on the inside, I stamped, at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. I think that's kind of cute. All right, so let's get started. I have my instructions? Yeah, might need those. All right, our card base is going to be our cherry cobbler. And this measures 5.5 inches. Wait, this is different measurements. 5.5 by 7.5 inches. And then it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to burnish that fold line with our bone folder here. So it's you're going to have a 1-inch gap on the right side. Okay, and then we've got our designer series paper, which I said came from that plaid. It's here, Timeless Plaid. And we're using this pattern here, the front and the back. So our first one is 3 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And we're going to attach that to our card front, that left side flap. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a new bottle of glue here, because I think I'm going to run out before we're done. So give me a moment. Be right back. All right, if that's all I forgot, I'm doing good today. All right, so I got a new bottle of Tombow glue here. You just pull that tab off of there. I know we're not going to have problems getting glue out of our bottle. All right. So we're going to use this side on the front flap, and then we're going to use the back side at that 1-inch tab on the right side. So just a little. When you're using liquid glue, you don't want to gob it on there real thick, because then you're going to show glue lines, and you don't want to do that. Or worms, whatever. It looks like worms crawling, which is kind of disgusting. All right, we're going to center that on that front flap. Okay, so it'll look like this. And now we're going to add that 7/8 inch by 5 3/8 inches to this little right side of this. This is going on the inside of the card. have to get glue all over me right away to start with. All right, and I want to match it up with the other ones. I'm just going to position it real lightly so I can move it, and I want to get my top and bottom seams to match it, and they do. They look good. All right, so we're going to set that aside. This is what our card looks like so far, and we're going to start working on our birthday cake. And this die comes from the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I used, let me get it out here. Should have already had it out of the package. Oops, got glue in my hand there. I'm using this one. This is the ruffled one. I don't know. It kind of looks like the white paper plates that you can buy. They got that little ridge around them. That's what it reminds me of. These are the Spotlights on Nature dies that we used. So I'm going to bring my stamps over here, and I'm going to stamp our birthday cake first off. And I'm going to use our black memento ink. I'm going to do my stamping here. My cake and my sentiment, I think. Oops. I'm going to stamp that cake right in the center of this little die cut. All right. Well, I'm trying to figure out where my things at here. All right, and then I've got just a basic white scrap here. We're going to, it's 1 inch by about 4 inches. So we're going to stamp our sentiment on there. And we're going to stamp a happy birthday. And I'm just trying to decide which one I want to use. I think I want to use this one, the one that says happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. But I don't want the another wrinkle wiser, so I'm going to tape that off with my washi tape. Hope everybody's doing well today. Did y'all have a good weekend? Oops, that didn't hear right. Come here. All right, I'm just going to cover up that another wrinkle wiser and just do the happy birthday. So put your washi tape on there to block out any words that you don't want stamped. And then I'm going to just dip that into my black memento ink. All right, and take your tape off of there so you don't forget and stamp it on your paper. If you do, you'll have a mess. All right, I'm trying to get the tape off my fingers here without making a mess on me. Making sure I don't have any ink on me anywhere. All right, now we're going to stamp this onto our basic white. Okay, that looks good. Close up our ink pad. I'm going to set him aside for a moment. We're going to do some coloring with our Stampin' Blends. So we're going to start out with, I just threw all the Stampin' Blends in here all at one time. So I'm just going to set them right there. And I'll grab as I go. And I'm going to close up my glue before it dries out on me. I'm sure it won't, but I closed it up anyway. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get down to business here. All right, we're going to start coloring our cake, and I'm going to use pecan pie because I think it's a chocolate cake. It looks like a chocolate, well, chocolate frost. Well, no, it's chocolate cake, it looks like. So I'm going to start with our dark pecan pie. And I'm just going to do some shadowing. My camera view. Let me take this banner off of here. All right. Oops. All right, there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. I should have colored one of these ahead of time. I don't think so. It won't take real long time to color this. It's fairly simple, not complicated. And a little shadowing down here. Now we're going to do the light pecan pie. Kind of weak this morning. I had a hard time pulling that cap off of that. All right. And color the bottom of that cake. Anybody got any big plans for the week? We need to take JoJo in for her yearly checkup and get her shots and stuff, but I don't know if we're going to do that today or tomorrow. All right, and then cherry cobbler for our frosting. This is the red, I think. No, that's Poppy Parade. I've got different blends in here for different cards that I'm doing today, so I've got to kind of dig through and get the right one. Okay. Light cherry cobbler and dark cherry cobbler. We're going to start with the dark. And again, we're going to do some shading with our frosting. And I'm going to go along this line with the dark. And I'm going to also do this little strip of frosting or the inside of the cake. And come back with our light cherry cobbler and color that in. Did everybody survive that cold weather that we had? That was something. All right, and then we're going to color our candles. I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight. I got a brand new pack of them here. And we're going to color the flames with the candles. All right, that looks good. And then our plate, we're going to use the copper. Here, there it is. The light and dark copper clay. Yeah, copper clay. I had a senior moment there for a moment. All right, and again, I'm going to just do some shading with the dark. And I'm going to do this one left side. Now with the light copper clay, we'll finish our plate. All right. right. And now I want to do some blending on this. I'm going to use a blending brush I don't have. Let me grab my blending brush. I guess there's two things I forgot. At least I don't have to go very far to grab what I need. Okay, put the comments up. All right, so we're going to use well, I'm going to use the Melon Mambo. There's a choice between that and the Petal Pink, but I think the Melon Mambo will suit it better. So I'm going to pick up some ink and tap it off on my glass mat. You can't see it right there, so I've got another paper underneath there so I don't mess up my work surface too much. Try to keep it a little bit clean. Okay, I'm going to come off and just catch the edges. All right. I should go over onto my area that I didn't want to, but that's okay. All right, so here's our cake. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that. Let me grab my dimensionals here. Except to start a new sheet. I must have finished off the old one. All right, so these are out of my paper pumpkin kit. They're a little bit smaller. They're smaller than the large ones and they're bigger than the little ones. Now I got two stuck together here. Well, goodness, I might have to toss that one. Will it still work? Maybe it'll work. And one more in the center to help support it. And I'm going to bring my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to pop off those backings. Move this out of the way. Bring our card back over here. And I'm going to add some ribbon underneath that. So we're using Pretty in Pink scalloped ribbon. No, it's Petal Pink. So I'm just going to kind of judge how long I want it. And maybe about there. So it's probably, 7 inches. Get my ribbon scissors over here. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to just run a couple glue adhesive to that so I can grab hold of my ribbon. I'm thinking that's enough. And I'm going to fold this over. And we're going to attach it to that adhesive. And then we're going to place our plate on there. Okay, so you're going to have a little loop at the bottom and then 2 tails sticking out at the top right. Good morning, Becky. How are you doing today? Okay. And I want to cut this down, so I'm going to bring over my little cutter and we're going to trim this down a little bit. We don't need it that wide. And same with the other side. So it's probably going to be about a 1/2 inch. And going to wait on those. We're going to angle cut those. Oops, dropping things. All right, this is going to be attached to our designer series paper, which measures probably 5/8. No, 3/8. It's going to go onto here, but I'm going to angle cut the ends first. And both ends. Now we can put that onto our designer series paper strip. And we're going to center that onto our designer series paper strip there. And we'll angle cut that at both ends, following the sentiment one, so they're both in the same direction. And we're going to attach that to our bottom layer. But we don't want to put glue on this side because it'll stick to your innards. So we're just going to do the left side of it. And place that down. It's going to hang over your flap here. That's what we want. In my straight. That's always a challenge to me, getting things straight. All right, so here we have it so far. Happy birthday. Now let's finish working on the inside. The inside is going to be a basic white. And this is 3 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And that'll go right there. But first I want to stamp our sentiment so I don't mess up. And at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. And here. I lost my stamp pad here. Tap, tap, tap. And I want to put it off to the upper left side of our basic white. And it looks pretty straight to me. Close that up again. Don't need no accidents happening. And this is going to be glued to the inside of our card. I think I have 2 fun folds today. This one and another one. I don't know how I managed that. I didn't plan it that way. It just happened. All right, we're going to place that on the inside, getting our border straight. Okay. We need to add some bling to this now. I'm using a celebration item. And you can get this free with a $60 order. They are called low profile dots. And they are. They're not going to put any bulk on this at all. So I'm going to get 3 of those out. Well, something's sticking. There we go. And I take a pick tool using the putty side. And we're going to do 3. It looks like 2 large ones and 1 small one. So. And cover up a little bit of my smear of ink there. These are in the celebration. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella, give it a little bit of bling on our candles. Oops, that came out fast. I said a little bling, not a lot of bling. think this is probably a new one. That's why it came out so fast. Let me grab a tissue or something, see if I can dab some of that off. Yeah, that worked. Not going to sweat the small stuff. All right, so happy birthday. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. Thanks, Vicki. Yeah, I like this fun fold. I think it's cute. All right, let's get things out of the way here. We'll get on to our second card, which is another fun fold. Let me move some things out of the way here, make some room. Okay, so here's our second card. And this is a fun fold. It opens this way, and then this opens this way. So it says, at least you're not as old as you will be next year. That's the stamp set I used on this one. And then on the inside, I did a happy birthday where I blocked off the rest of the words. So, okay, let's get started. And my bits and pieces out here, my instructions. I've done a lot of the prep work ahead of time, so maybe it won't take us too long to do this one. Okay, our card base. We are using Petunia Pop, and this is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. And it's scored twice. Maybe I didn't score it twice, did I? Yeah, I did. There's 2 score lines. Okay, the first score line is at the 4 1/4 inch line, and then again at the 2 1/8 inch. So it's got 2 score lines. We're going to burnish that really good. And this one's going to go back the opposite direction. And we'll burnish that. So it's kind of like a Z fold, I guess. All right. And the designer series paper comes from the Bloom Impressions. It's 12 by 12. It's an online exclusive is where you find this one. And we're using this pattern here today on this card. And also this one here. So this side of that one, and then this side of that one. And the number for the paper is 164944. If you just want to type that into your search bar, you can find it. All right, get back with the program here. Just looking to see what I've got here. Okay, first off, we're going to add our designer series paper to this inside back area. And you can go ahead and put that in there. Oh, that measured 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And this is our inside layer. Picking it up without getting glue all over me. All right. Okay, so there's the inside. And now we're going to work on our outside flap. And I'm going to match it up with this one on this flap. And this measures 1 3/4 inches. No, 1 7/8 inches by 5 1/4 inch. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. This goes on the front flap. Alrighty. So I want to match those up with the other ones. I'm just going to flip it over and compare my bottom and top, make sure they're matching up. And then I have another piece of that designer series paper, and this one measures well, it's the same measurement as this one, which was 1 7/8 by 5 1/4 inches. I can't read my instructions. Oh, you just got it, Becky? Yeah, I love it. It's cute. I like the sentiments in it and the dog. He's so cute. And it's a good birthday cake stamp, too. All of them are good in that set. I like all of them. All right, so here we have our card so far, which is, I guess this is Z-fold. Now we're going to start on our other inside card. And again, we've got the Petunia Pop, and this is 4 inches by 6 inches, and then it's scored at 3 inches in the center. So we're going to burnish that fold line. Now this is going to go onto your card the opposite direction. So it's going to open from this way. So we're going to go ahead and decorate the front of that. And I'm going to use the other pattern. Oh, my husband's making weird noises out there. He's running some kind of grinder or something, it sounds like. It sounded weird. He's repairing some plumbing that we have outside. So. Okay, so there's that one on there. And this was 2 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. I guess I didn't say that. All right, now we're going to add that to our card front. I'm just going to put glue on the back side of the smaller card base. And kind of want to close it and see that I have it centered and straight. Maybe. Looks good. Press that down. And I'll give this a good rub to make sure it's attaching good. There goes our friend Danny Posey by. He's working today. Went by the big truck, honking the horn. Well, I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here before I attach it to the inside. So let me go ahead and do that. It's just your birthday. I think I'm going to use the other one. It says, "Happy birthday, now back to me." But I'm not going to do the bottom layer. I'm just going to do the happy birthday. So again, I'm going to use my washi tape to mask that area that I don't want. And bring our black memento ink over here again. And as you know, I have taken the craft white ink pad and I've inked it up with my black memento ink. And it has a lot better surface to stamp on than what the regular memento pad does. Get that tape off of me without getting ink all over me. All right, now we're going to stamp happy birthday. All right. And close this up. Oh, I should have done that in a different color. Yes, I goofed. Let me turn that over. Let's do this again. I wanted to use the Melon Mambo. Where is my Simply Hammy? Come here. Clean you off. All right. Let's spank that a little bit to get it dried off. And grab our washi tape again to do that again. If I would have looked at the inside of my card, I would have seen that it wasn't black. And again, we're going to place that over our bottom sentiment. We don't want that. Trying to tuck that down in between the stamp. So it doesn't get in my way. And we're going to use the Melon Mambo ink pad, not the black Memento. Which could, doesn't really matter, but all right, pull that tape off. And we're going to stamp our other side of our cardstock. This is our basic white cardstock, and it measures 2 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. I don't think I said that before. No, I kind of missed a spot there, but it's good. I don't have to use that again. Let me put this in here first. Turn it sideways so I can get it lined up right. I don't know if you can hear them outside or not. It's some kind of a saw, I think, or a grinder. I'm not sure which. Okay, now we're going to stamp our sentiment, which I already did. And it says, at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. That's going to go on our outside. Okay, I've got a scrap of white here, and we need to stamp our dog. And I got ink on me. I'm transferring. Yeah, big gob there. And I need the black Memento. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. Got that tongue hanging out. He's got his birthday hat on. Okay, this doesn't come with any dies, so we're going to have to fussy cut him after we color him. Okay, I needed to color toothpicks, so I'm going to bring that back over here. And get our blends out here. All right, the dog, I'm going to color him with our crumb cake. Crumb cake? No, that's pecan pie. Crumb cake. Light and dark. Oh, I got two darks. Do I? I do. I got two darks. Well, we're going to go a dark crumb cake along with our light pecan pie. And I'm going to use the light pecan pie for our shadowing. Oh, goodness, that was on there tight. I must be weak today. All right, I'm just going to go around the edge of the dog with the pecan pie. We'll do all of his tail with the dark. And I think I'll do the ears, the dark pecan pie. Okay. And maybe his snout. And his little nose. All right, now we're going to do the dark crumb cake for the rest of them. And don't color the whites of his eyes, leave those white. It's quiet in here this morning. All right, we got the doggy colored. And his hat, we're going to do, let's see, we've got petunia pop. I'm going to go with the dark petunia pop. And where's this one? This is Poppy Parade Light. So we're going to alternate. I'm going to do the tassel with the petunia pop. I just said that and I forgot what it was. Had to take a look at it again. Okay. And now the Poppy Parade. And I think I'll do his tongue with the Poppy Parade also. All right. Let's set that aside and we're going to do our cake here. Yeah, I was just debating here. I was thinking about something. Okay, so we're going to have the frosting be petunia pop in this one. So again, I'll start with the dark, do some shading. That's our frosting. I think I'm going to do this different. I think I'm going to forget about coloring that cake. I'm going to do a different one. So I've got a circle cut out with those same dies as Spotlight on Nature, but I used one of these that had the flower cut out on the edge. And bring my cake back over here. We're going to stamp that directly onto our circle. And I want it off to the left side as much as I can. Okay. We can just bring back our petunia pop, the dark, and we're going to do the frosting. Jojo, you better go see what your daddy's doing. Surprised she's not out looking out the back door and watching him, what he's doing. Maybe she's more interested in what I'm doing. And a little strip there. I should have had this coloring done ahead of time. It would have saved some time. And another chocolate cake. I'm going to use the pecan pie. Oops, different place there. Yeah. Okay, pecan pie. Dark. Now we're coloring the cake. And I'll come back in with the light pecan pie. Finish coloring our cake. Oops, better color the bottom side. And again, we're going to color the plate with our dark copper clay. The clay could be any color you wanted. It wouldn't have to be what I'm doing mine as. All right, bring back that daffodil delight. Dark daffodil. Looks like I made a mess of my fingers with the ink pads already. I've got melon mambo fingers. All right, there's the cake. We're going to cut this out, fussy cuts. That side. I should have stamped this on a scrap of white instead of messing up my die cut here. But that's okay. I can cut out more. And I'm just going to leave a little border around the top of this. All right. Okay, we got that. Oh, did I cut it? No. I wasn't supposed to cut that up. I need that die. Okay, let me cut out another one here. I messed up. Okay. Bring our baby boho over here. And I'm thinking that'll fit through here. Yes. Just barely, but it fits. And I'm going to chop this down to size so I can fit it through my machine. not to jiggle too much. All right. Or die cut. Oops, I didn't cut all the way through. Let me see if I can go in here and snip it. Okay. Ooh, I didn't check my sound. Can everybody hear me okay? That's what I forgot to do when I started. Get my iPad out and check everything. Let me know if you can hear me. Had some stragglies there. Brush them off to the side. All right, now that goes onto here. So again, I'm not going to glue all the way to this side. I'm just going to put my finger where I need to stop with the glue. So probably right about there. Okay, good. Yeah, I usually check my sound and everything when I first start out, but I forgot to do it this morning. All right, so close those down and place this centered. Right about there, looks good. And I've got some little sparklies here. We're going to stamp some of those on our circle. And I'm going to use, probably one I put away. No, I'm going to use high shamrock. And they're kind of dark. Yeah, I think I'll stamp them off once. Lighten it a little bit, alternate our stamp. I forgot to do that one off. I just messed up. I got a shadow. I rocked my image. All right, but we'll cover that up with something. It won't show anyway because the banner's going to go over the top of that. So that'll cover up that little woo-woo. All right. We need to fussy cut our dog out. And there wasn't any dies with this stamp set. I kind of wish there would have been, but it's not killing us to have to fussy cut once in a while, I guess. We get spoiled by having dies and punches. We're getting there. I don't want to go too fast, so cut something off that I don't want cut off, like his tail. Or his toes. And all right, we're going to kind of position where we want things at. And you want him up there a little bit. We're going to attach this to our label. Close that. I'm putting the cake kind of up high because I want my banner across the bottom. And in fact, let's put that down before we go much farther. All right. Just debating what I wanted to do here. I thought I'd change that up a little bit. Not sure yet. We've got our ribbon is the Shy Shamrock bordered ribbon. We're going to use a little bit of that to wrap around our banner there. So let me just kind of dry fit it here and see how much I want. Our ribbon scissors out here. And I'm going to grab a glue dot. Hold that onto my banner. Big tool right here. I'll be glad when they change up our rolls for mini glue dots. It's on the opposite side what we're used to, so we're all struggling with it. And supposedly they're supposed to be correcting it, but I hadn't heard anything yet. All right. That's centered. Bring that back onto that glue dot and attach that. And I might as well put one on the back side too. Just to hold it in place. All right, like that. And we're going to take some linen thread to tie around that. So, well, I feel like I'm all thumbs today. My fingers aren't working. Doing a lot of fumbling. Well, need to slip you in there without letting go. You're just not going to cooperate with me. Here we go. Gotcha. And I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm going to not try tackling a bow. I think just the knot's fine. And snip off those ends of that linen thread. We don't need it that long. All right, get things out of the way here. All right, this is going to go across that bottom. And I might put it up onto the plate just a little bit. And I didn't use dimensionals. I just glued it down straight down with my adhesive. And make sure you don't go over the side of the card. All right, now we can add our doggy. And we're just gluing him down too. We're not using dimensionals on him. But you could if you wanted to. I just wanted to keep down the bulk a little bit in case I mail it to somebody. Okay, we're going to place him right about there. He's got his feet hanging over the banner. All right. So we've got a fun fold. And okay. So now we need to put a bit of bling on him. So we're going to bring in, which one do I have here? I'm using the Sunny Day iridescent dots. And I'm just going to put one on this front of the card. I know I usually do threes, but I'm going to do just the one. It says odd numbers, so that's an odd number, just one. And we're going to attach that to our ribbon. Right at the top of the ribbon. In camera, yeah. Okay, so here's our second card. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. And then it opens like this. Happy birthday. And if you wanted more room to write, you could put another layer of basic white on the back also to write on. But I think that's big enough for me. I don't like a lot of room to write a sentiment or anything, and I never know what to say. Let me get some things out of the way here. I had an extra DSP there for some reason. I was wondering where that came from, what it was for. All right. So now we're going to do our third card. And my husband's birthday was last week on the 18th. So I made him a little birthday card I want to share with everybody. It says, happy birthday. And it's got, this is from the wedding. Can't think of the name of the wedding something stamp set and die. Happy birthday. It's got this old time car on there. And then on the inside, I said, enjoy today. And this is how old he is. He's old. I'm right behind him. So, okay, so that was his card. I wanted to show that to you. I snitched it back away from him. I will let him have that back when I'm done here today, or I'll lose it. So here's our next card. This is our third card already. I guess I have been on here for a while. Just didn't seem like it was that long. All right, let me get all my bits and pieces, everything out here. We'll get started on this one. So it says, you're how old? In dog years, you'd be, I didn't figure that out. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. Happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. It's a cute sentiment, and it's from me and JoJo. So this is, I made him 2 birthday cards. I made him one with the car one and then one with the dog. So he got 2 cards this year, plus a little bit of money. All right. Where did my instructions there? There they are. Okay, we're using crumb cake cardstock today for our card base, and this is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and it's scored in the center at 4 1/4 inch. And we're going to burnish that fold line, and we're going to go landscape, not portrait. So it's going to be landscape on this one. I've got a basic white, which is 4 by 4 1/4 inches, and this is going to be our card front. It's going to sit right there in the middle. So we're going to use our blending brush and our lemon lolly ink to add a little bit of color to the background of that, so it's not so white. We're going to do some heat embossing too with this one. So let me get this part done first. And just kind of swirl it around. Maybe should have gone with a darker yellow. Maybe Daffodil Delight would have been better. The lemon lolly is pretty light. But we'll make do. I don't feel like getting up again. And you don't have to do the whole thing. I'm leaving the corners some white on them. So I'm mostly concentrating on the center of this more than I am the outer edges. Let's go one more time. All right, I think that's probably good enough. Okay, make sure I've got my card going the right way. Okay. And then I've got our Shy Shamrock Yes, I believe it is. Yeah. No. Yeah. Shy Shamrock. And this measures, I didn't put the measurement in there in my directions. It is about 1 1/8 by 4 inches. And we're going to emboss this one, heat emboss. So let me get my toolkit over here. And try not to jiggle everything. Heat gun. And oops, throwing papers on the floor. I want something underneath that to catch a little bit of that. We're going to use the white embossing powder, our Versamark ink, our embossing buddy here to keep down the static cling. So we're just going to tap, tap, tap that onto our strip. And not using that one, we're using the white. So I'm not going to use the tray. I'm just going to dump it in the paper. All right. All right. And this is going to be your how old in dog years would you be? And we're going to stamp that onto our left side of our strip there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Put our lid back on our Versamark. And some white embossing powder. I haven't gotten the new ones yet from Stampin' Up. I'm trying to use up my old first. So, but next time I'll be ordering their new one. They've gone with the Wow embossing powder. And everybody's liking it good, so. Okay, put that lid on there before I start my gun. Now I'm going to use the reverse tweezers that come with this so I don't burn my fingers. And it shouldn't take long for it to heat up. As you can see it. Okay, it's just starting now. Got heated up to the right temperature. Once it starts, it goes pretty fast. Got everything, and let's do the back side to make sure that's over. All right. All right. And we're going to do our doghouse first. To do the doghouse, I used the Country Birdhouse dies. And this is what I used. Is that the only ones? Oh, and then the doorway, I did, what did I use for the doorway? I think it was just a label die. I need to bring it over here. Guess I got to cut that out. So I've already cut these out. Here's the doghouse itself with the roof. We'll attach that. And it's these two dies that we used. And gotta grab my cardstock for the doorway, which is going to be Early Espresso. And I have to grab something again. I'm going to try this punch for the doorway and see what it looks like. I think it might work. This is the Labeled with Love. Yeah, Labeled with Love punch. It's number 163569. We're going to use this for our door. So I'm going to turn that over and punch out our early espresso. Get this out of the way. And this is going to be our door. Yeah, that'll work. So, okay. Attach the door first. I'm going to put it down a little bit. We might trim off that bottom piece or not. We'll see if the banner should cover that up, so we're okay. And let's add our roof onto here. I'm living dangerously with my dogs, not putting them back. All right, a little bit of glue on our roof. Oh, I didn't tell you where this designer series paper came from. Let me do that as soon as I get this glued on. And just matching up my seams there, my edges. I'm going to go ahead and snip that off. All right, and now we can attach that to our card front. Oh, this paper came from, it is our Neutrals 6x6 designer series paper, and I use this pattern here. All right. Birdhouse makes a good doghouse. And we're going to butt it up against the top as far as we can get it without going over. Press, press, press. And our sentiment's going to go right across that. It's going to butt up against the bottom edge. So edge to edge here and pick it up and get a better look at it. Push that down a bit. It looks crooked. No, that's right. My eyes are playing tricks on me here. Okay, so we're going to attach that to our card front. Jojo's barking at something. Could be Marley's outside. Brooks' dog. Okay. And we're going to place that on the front of the card in the center. And it matches up to the bottom and the top. Give that a little press. Oh, we got to color another dog. I didn't do that yet. So, yeah. Back over here. And where did I set him at? All right. I don't have to clean them off because it's already got the black memento ink on it. And a pad out here. Think you'll fit on there, won't you? Yeah. Just barely, but he fits. What are you barking at, Jojo? I'm just getting ink all over my hands today. I should have moved that over farther. Oh well. And bring our blends back over here. Time to go with the red tongue. I'm going to do this one just crumb cake. Well, change my mind. We'll do the light pecan pie and the dark crumb cake. Goodness, I'm weak today. Having trouble getting caps off. All right. And again, we'll color our little dog. I'll try to do this fairly fast so I'm not keeping you all day. Is watching somebody color like watching paint dry? Whoever came up with that saying. Oops, that's for his mouth. We'll do that last. I wonder. Might use the brush end. A little faster. I just got to be more careful with this. So I usually use the bullet end because you get in small spaces real easy. All right, we're almost there. And let me get that bullet in and do his tail. And I've got the Poppy Parade light for his tongue. And for his hat. I'm thinking just coloring this all the same. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, now fussy cut him out really quick. I might go over a little bit longer today. If you're not able to stay here and watch, you can always catch the replay on either Facebook or YouTube. I'm on both platforms at the same time when I do my lives. Okay. Don't mess up now. I'm at the end of it. All right, there's our little doggy. He's going to be sitting by his dog house. I'm going to put this one up on dimensional, so let me grab some of those. I've got a couple here. I could just use these. I'm being brave picking these off with my fingernails. Sometimes I struggle doing that. All right, then he's going to sit right here on the corner edge of his doghouse. And make sure you don't cover up your sentiment. And to give it a little bit of bling, we're going to be using the adhesive back swirl dots. And it comes in 3 different colors. So you're going to take your pick tool. I'm going to grab I believe they're pecan pie. We're just going to place 2 up in this upper corner. And another one down on the right-hand corner. Your how old in dog years? All right, now our inside is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's our basic weight. And I want to stamp. I've got 2 different ones I did on the inside, I think. Let me look at that again. Okay. Black Memento ink. And we'll start with the At Least You're Not As Old As You'll Be Next Year. That's going to go in the upper left-hand corner. And Happy Birthday, Another Wrinkle Wiser. It's going to go at the bottom right-hand corner. No matter what I do, I still get ink on myself. I must need to clean off something. I don't know. Maybe I've got a run over on my black memento. It's getting on me. And I just want to transfer it to my white cardstock. So let's put this on the inside of our card. If I can pick it up, I will. Make sure my front is still facing front. And I'm going to center this on the inside. All right. And I'm also add a little bling to our doggy too. Let's put a little bling on his hat. And his tongue maybe. I think all the stuff is running down into my brush too fast. I'm going to tip it the other way. All right, looks like I did everything on here I was supposed to. Okay, so you're how old in dog years you'd be. At least you're not as old as you'll be next year. Happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. I love the sentiments in that stamp set. They're so cute. All right, so there's our 3rd and final card today. Let me bring these all out. Jojo, I can't play ball right now. Mama's busy. She's our ball player. All right, so there's our 3 cards for today. And I will be back next Monday, which it will be February. Yeah, February 3rd. Same time, same channels. So I hope you'll be able to be there. I'm not sure what I'm working on next week, but it'll be something new. Thank you, Becky. Appreciate that. Okay, so until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week, and thank you for being here. Tell your friends and family about me, and tell them to come join us. It's free. Don't get too much free stuff anymore. Okay, so until next week, Have a good time. And I might actually go live again Saturday afternoon. It's not on the books yet, but I'm thinking it might be a possibility. So time-wise, I'm thinking more in the afternoon, so I'll post the time and everything if I decide to do it. So until then, y'all have a good rest of the week. Get some me time in there. All right. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.